This morning, cult mom Lori Vallow-Daybell is waking up in an Idaho jail cell, despite the fact that her bail was dramatically reduced last week. According to the East Idaho News, 2 local bail bonds companies contacted by Vallow's representatives have declined to take Vallow on as a client. Last week, a Madison County, Idaho judge reduced Vallow's bail from $5 million down to $1 million. Vallow-Daybell is charged with 2 counts of felony child desertion. Her 2 children, 17-year-old Tylee and 7-year-old JJ, have not been seen since last September. Vallow married Doomsday Cult author Chad Daybell last year, 2 weeks after Daybell's wife of 30 years died under suspicious circumstances. Vallow's ex-husband and brother also died last year, both of those deaths being investigated by authorities. An internet message board associated with Chad Daybell and his followers has been shut down. Users say it's out of fear that they could be excommunicated from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Adam Hebers from our affiliate, KTSU, looks at how these religious beliefs could be connected to finding JJ and Tylee.
The more people we talk to, the more it becomes clear. Chad Daybell was more than just an author who published religious books about the end of the world.
I kind of became a part of that community for some time.
People say they looked up to him because of his prophecies, because of his near-death experiences, and because they believe he has lived multiple lives.
Anybody can get caught up into that, so I think even myself.
This man, who asked to remain anonymous, was part of an online message board called Pathway to Zion, where some members shared their more non-traditional religious beliefs.
I don't think anything good is coming from these forums. It seems like they're taking bits and pieces of LDS doctrine and they're twisting it.
The forum was run by Hector Sosa Jr., another author who has written books through Chad Daybell's publishing company. Since Chad and his new wife have been linked to 2 missing children and the suspicious deaths of their spouses, Hector Sosa has defended him.
The people that started Pathways started it for Chad and I and other dreamers and visionaries who were being persecuted. I know as of a month ago, he was still talking to Chad.
Hi, I'm looking for Hector.
For Hector?
Yes.
And who are you?
My name's Adam.
Adam?
Yes.
You're with Box 13?
I am.
We're not interested.
Okay. Is it okay if I leave a card, ma'am?
Around the time of our conversation, the website was shut down.
It still seems like he's defending Chad.
In an email sent to members, Sosa wrote the reason is because he fears local wards will start excommunicating members. Quote, for your own protection, do not discuss non-mainstream topics in public, such as energy healing and multiple mortal probations, which believers say is different than reincarnation.
The true doctrine is past lives. I've never been a butterfly or a caterpillar. I've never been a dog. I am always human. I'm always female.
Who did he say he was, though, in one of his past lives?
He told me he was James the Less, and I don't believe he was making it up. I believe he had the seeding spirits talking to him.
Do you still think that these religious beliefs have something to do with this?
I think it has everything to do with it. I haven't had anybody explain it to me to the point where I'm satisfied with what I've heard, because it really doesn't make sense.
Joining me via Skype, law professor and former prosecutor Melissa Redman. Melissa, this mumbo-jumbo about the end of the world and this alternative view of the world that both apparently Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow are prescribing to really does explain a possible, I guess, motive, if you will, of why these children are missing, because it's so out there. Otherwise, I mean, where are the kids is what people want to ask. And you mix this religious bent into it, and you can see that these people have just, they've gone off in their own world. How do investigators, prosecutors get their heads around this to either A, find the kids if they can, but also charge these 2 possibly with their disappearance?
I mean, it's very difficult because as law enforcement investigators, prosecutors are all very logical people. They think very logically and analytically. But anytime you're talking about someone's religious beliefs and what they may have done, the actions they may have taken based on those religious beliefs, that's not going to be based on logic. So trying to anticipate where the children could be, what's the most likely scenario of what they did with the children, that's almost impossible to anticipate when you have someone or a group of people who are not thinking logically. So it's really an educated guess at this point as to where they may think the children could be, or what Laura Vallow-Daybell could have done with her kid.
She is waking up again, I'm sure, shocked in a prison. She thought when she got that bail reduced, I'm sure that it would only be a matter of hours before they would be able to come up with the 10% or maybe a real estate bond to assure her and get her out. Turns out there's a couple bail bondsmen in the Idaho area that she is in that don't want to deal with her.
Right.
Is this common? Because she obviously does have that flight risk. You look at her, it absolutely could be a flight risk here, given their behavior. Is this common that it's tough for some clients to get bail?
Right, especially in high-profile cases, especially cases involving children. Bail bondsmen don't want to be associated with that type of client, so they may post a bond for a murderer, but if it's low profile, no one knows about it, no one's going to be coming to their business asking, why did you post a bond for this person? No one's going to be on their website or any other way causing problems for their business. It makes sense that some would be like, I just don't want any part of this. It's just going to be more of a headache than it's worth. But she can always, if she has the entire $1 million, in most jurisdictions, you can post the bail directly to the sheriff's office instead of going through a bail bond company where you would post a percentage of it. So that may be what she ends up having to do.
Yeah, if indeed the followers or her associates in this group are generous enough to help out, likely they don't have $1 million cash, but they could easily possibly get it depending on the size of the group. All right, Melissa, thank you. We'll keep our eyes on Idaho to see if Lori Daybell does make bail today.